Hey, did you practice math today? Did you practice math today? Huh? Hey! Listen, my name is Mutwana. Now let's get started. So you have a question right here, right? Before we get started, right? Do please visit to our website, mobile application, right? Just go and visit mobile application and my website. Go and follow on our Instagram page so you can see what we do for the community. We have a feeding program. Inspire especially kids, women. That's our main targets, okay? Because most of the women and kids are the ones who are most vulnerable. So we have a program where we go and give back knowledge, skills, because those what I believe the most, knowledge and skills, but also with the little food that we have, because they say sharing is caring. You can have a little, too little, but do not try to share, because when you share, you get blessings. And that's what I do. We bless people with skills, knowledge, and that, they always say what goes around comes around, and I do believe in that. See, that's why I have the whole program, to give back. Go and visit my Instagram page, and also I have a link below where you can visit my other channel, which has to do with the homeless and people who are in need, so they can send their own 2 feet. Let's get started. Now, we have a question right here that says solve. This is inequality. Way is a question, right? I can do this in 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is like normal fraction. Let's find the common denominator or the left hand side. Don't worry about the right hand side. Let's deal with this. So what I'm gonna do, cross multiplication. This one with that, so say 5 times, so it's gonna be 5 times negative, it's gonna be -5, and then we have a what? 3p minus 1, and then we have a minus here in the middle. So we do other way around now. We have to cross that side. So it could be 3 times 2 equal to 6. 3 times, and then we have a p minus 8. Greater or equal. Watch out, p word. Okay, and then have what? P plus 80 over 5 minus 3. Also put over 1. Okay, so when you do that on the left, remember you cross, and then you must multiply these two. 5 times 3 equal to 15. Then you put 1 line now. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing on the right hand side too. So while we simplify the top here, also we must do something. Okay, now let's go. -5 times -p equal to -15p. -5 times -1 equal to +5. -6 times p, -6p. -6 times -8, +40. 8 over 15. And then here we say greater or equal. Now we do the same game here on the right hand side. We must cross. So multiply these two. If you multiply, it's going to give what? 5. And then let's cross now. Cross. 1 times everything is going to be still p plus 8 minus, because in the middle there's a minus here. 5 times 3 equal to 15, and then you multiply 5 times 1 equal to 5. So what we're going to do now, we can do something also there on top. It's okay. P like 10, -8. Oh, let's start from the left first. -15p minus 6p, because we take like 10. These are like 10. P and P is a like 10. They are like 10. They have a P both. -15 and -6 is going to give us -21 p. And hey, before I continue, look, there's another question here. Means when I finish with that, I'm going to go for this one. So stay there, right? Do not leave, because we have to do double question. So it's going to be -21p, and then 5. Let's say 5, and for the 8 is the same. +5, and for the 8 is going to give us what? +53, and all of this over 15, greater or equal. Now p doesn't have a relative, but +8 minus 5 equal to -7, and then we over +8 was -7 over 5. So what we can do here is a lot of ways you can do. You want to make the denominator the same so you can cancel them. How are you going to make the same? Look, this is 15 and this is 5. How are you going to make this 15? I can simply multiply by 3, but whatever you do here at the bottom, also do at the top. Whatever you, because you want to make this as a 15 is that, so that's why I multiply by 3. But when you multiply by 3, also at the top, you have to do the same thing. So this is like saying 15. So this one here, the same as say, this now became what? 15. So since they're the same, you can cancel mathematical acceptable, but acceptable. Say this and that one, they're gonna cancel. I don't need them. And then we're gonna say now I'm left with -21p, and then let's use a black pen here. -121p plus 53 greater or equal. Now we can multiply in 3 times p 3p. 3 times 7, negative 20, 1. So now let's group together and find the value of p. So I can simply say, look, these and these are like 10, means this is going to jump over equal sign. Remember, this is positive, even if there's no sign, it means positive. When it jumps, the equal sign is going to become negative. So we're going to say now negative 21p, and this is going to become, here is going to become negative 3p. Our sign is greater or equal, this one here. Now this negative 21 is left on the right hand side. Now this must go to the number, because there's a number. They must, you see, letter went to the letter, number go to the number. Remember, this is positive 53. When it goes over equal sign, it's going to become negative 53. So now negative 21 minus negative 3 is going to give us minus 24p, greater or equal. Negative 21 minus negative 53 is going to give us negative 74. Okay, so we're going to divide by negative 24 throughout. Negative 24 divided by negative 24. These and these cancel. But this is what the trick is. Whenever you divide by negative, only, okay, let me explain here before I go there. Look, if somebody gives, let's say, negative x is greater than 2, something like that. Let's write here so you can see very quick. Okay, somebody say negative, let's say somebody give a negative 3x is greater or equal to 3, or anything, let's say 9. If you divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3, you cancel x. This inequality changes the direction. It was greater, right? Now it's going to become less. And then it's going to be 9 divided by negative 3 equal negative. Only if you divide by negative, you change the direction in inequality. And you can see here we divide by negative. So p is going to be less or equal, because it must change the direction. Now 74 divided by 24. So you take a calculator, 74 divided by 24. So 74. Oh, my fault. 74 fraction. Oh, so 74. Minus means it's going to be positive. Minus 74 minus, which is going to be positive, but I want to show you the steps because this class is for the beginning. So this is going to be 37 over 12. 37 over 12. Okay, so our p is going to be 30. Oh, sorry. 37 over 12. So for that case, this was just example, so this was not part of the question. And it must be less. So it's going to be our p is less or equal to 37 over 12, which is option number 3. Now let's go to the next question, because like I say, we got 2 questions here. Okay, going to the next question. Next question. I like next. Okay, I'm just waiting for this. Is kind of okay. Open the next page. It's coming now. Just a second to see. You can also okay. Yeah. Let's go next question. This is way easier. So we do the same tactics and the same tricks. So I'm gonna have to find this is gonna be over 1, and then let's do the same thing. Cross 1 times that one is gonna be 1 bracket 2a plus 7 means we cross minus 3 times 5 is gonna be 15. To be over 3 times 1, you multiply this equal to 3. Greater. Now you do the same thing. Put this over 1, and they say 5 times a equal to 5a. You cross, right? Minus. Now say 1 times 2 equal to 2, and then you multiply this to 1 times 5 equal to 5. So you see, denominator is not the same. Means this and this is not the same. So we have to make them the same. How am I going to make it the same? The common number between 3 and 5 is 15. So I'm going to say multiply by 5, and here multiply by 5. Sorry, my apologies. Our common number is 15, right? So multiply by 5, but when you do at the bottom, you must do at the top. So let's do this. Put this in a bracket. Multiply, and this multiply by 5. Put bracket, don't forget the bracket. So this is going to be 15. And how are you going to make this 15? Multiply by 3. But whatever you're going to do at the bottom, you must do at the top. So now for that case, this is going to be 3 times 5 equal to 15. So I can simply say this is going to become 15. And this is going to become 15. So I can say this now is going to become 15. And this is going to become 15. And then I can cross them. So I don't have anything at the bottom. So I have to deal with the top. So this is going to become 5. Let's do the top now. 2a plus 5 minus 15 is going to become 2a. 2a plus 7 minus 15. 7 minus 15 equal to negative 8. Negative 8. Greater, because it's greater inequality here. 3 times 5, 15a. 3 times 2, negative 6. So now we can group the, before we group the like term, let's multiply in 5 times 2, 10a. 5 times this is going to be 40. 5 times 8 equals 40, greater or equal to 15a minus 6a. 15a minus just a 6, my point. This is not 8, just 6, my point. 3 times equal to 6. So minus 15a minus 6. Because look, this is 3 times equal to 6, there's no a here. Now let's group the like term. So remember this is 10a minus 40. So we're going to take this is 15a and this 10a. Like term must be one side. So this is 10a, this is 15a. When you jump over inequality, remember this is positive, right? The sign you look on the left, and there's no sign means positive. So come over is going to become, because positive, when you jump over this inequality, it's going to become negative. 15a inequality is going to be greater than. We left with only negative 6, but this number must go to the number. And this is negative. You look sign on the left, when you jump over, it's going to become positive 40. So 10 minus, because they're like 10, so I can subtract them. 10 minus 5a, 10 minus 15, negative 5a. Greater, negative 6 plus 40, equal to 34. So divide by negative 5 throughout. So divide by negative 5, divide by negative 5. But the moment you divide by negative, only when you divide by negative. But if you divide by positive, do not change the inequality direction. Okay, so this is going to become a, since we divide by negative, it's going to change the direction. 34 over negative 5. But that also we can simplify, say, how many 5 in 34? Hey, look, how many 5 in 30? How many 5 in 30 there? 6, which is 30. And they'll be left with 4. So write my 4 over 5, but don't forget the negative. So finally, I'm going to say a less, remember it's less, it's not less than negative 6 4 over 5, which is option 1. But let me tell you something very, very important here. Option 1 is the answer. Now let me explain something very, very important before we close up. Look, so let me explain about the dividing things, why the direction change. Just a second, right? So that you can learn. Only when you divide by negative. For example, so how if it's positive? For example, if somebody give you, let's say, 4x greater than 12, this is not going to have any effect. It means you divide by 4, this in this cancel, so it's going to be x. Same direction. Inequality is going to be the same direction, because you did not divide by negative. So it's going to be the same direction. You see, it's greater or equal. But if the same question, if this was negative 4, so we divide by negative 4, we divide by negative 4, and this in this cancel is going to be x. See, it's not going to be like that, it's going to be like this now, because you divide by negative. For that being said, don't forget to practice math. Never, do not forget to practice math. Hey, my grandmother told me, baby, go and break the record with mathematics. Easy, man, easy.